Hi everyone, this is Miss Zahra and this is our final part of our review for the exam. This is part 5 and we are reviewing lesson 3, impact of energy usage. So this word impact means what we are doing, what effect does it have on the environment? What we do, what does it do, whether it's good or bad, to the environment. So when we use energy, what is us using energy doing to the environment? Whether we're taking it from the earth or using it, as we do all of those things, what's happening? Okay, so the first thing you need to know is our fossil fuels. All of the fossil fuels that we use. Oil, coal, and natural gas. They all make pollution. You may use the word pollute or pollution. Same thing, right? So they make pollution. When we burn them, we make air pollution. So if you see the word burning fossil fuels, what does it do? It creates air pollution or pollutes the air. What happens if we have an oil spill? Well, when we are taking the oil from the ground to make our petrol, and we have to transport it on ships, sometimes those ships fall over and the oil mixes in the water. Oil and water don't really mix well, which we've seen, and it sticks on the animal's body and makes it very difficult for them. Fish cannot breathe and they will die. Birds will get their feathers get stuck and they can't really fly. So it sticks on the animal's body, so it's very bad for these animals. This wind turbine, which we use for our wind energy, when we make our wind power, as they are spinning around, they sometimes kill birds. So they hit birds and they end up killing them. Over here we can see how we make our hydroelectric power. So when we make hydropower, we have to build a dam, and this dam is a big wall, and this stops fish. That certain fish like to flow up this river to lay their eggs. You learned this word in grade 3, migration, when the fish move from one place to another. So these fish used to swim up the river to lay their egg. And now they cannot do that anymore because there's a big wall in the way, a big dam where we are making our hydropower. So what does hydropower do? It disrupts fish migration. It stops the fish from moving. Over here, we can see that all this land has been dug up. So what is the impact? Not what are we mining, but what is the impact? What is the problem with taking this away? Well, we have removed land, trees, and animals' homes. We have taken away land, trees, and animals' homes. This happens when we are mining for both fossil fuels and like coal, and also when we mine metal. When we are taking metals out from the ground, we do the same thing. So coal, our fossil fuel, and metal, when we mine it, we end up taking away the land, the trees, the soil, the rock, and the animals' homes. So now let's talk about something that's the opposite of the bad, the good thing we can do. And this is conservation. So conservation, you'll see serve in the middle, save. How can we save the resource? So you may be asked two things, why and how? And these two have different answers. So why do I need to conserve? Why I need to save the resource is because if I finish all the resource, what happens to the people who come after? They won't have anything, right? So why is it important to save? So that people who come after us have resources as well. How I can do this? How can I save? You can write your own answer from what you know. We can plant more trees. We can use more renewable energy. we can reduce, reuse, recycle. So how I can conserve, if you see how and the word conserve, how and conserve, we're going to put reduce, reuse, and recycle. So how can I save the environment? I can use less, reduce, to use less, reuse, use again, recycle, tadweer, make something new. Okay, so here's an example of how we can, a question that we may get where we have to use both our information and our knowledge of thermal conductivity and conservation. So this is a writing question. So the first part, this is just sample questions. Use the table to identify the best material that we can use as a thermal conductor. Okay, so what am I going to use as the best material? This table shows me all the thermal conductors. The small number means it's not good, and a big number means it's very good. So the best will be the biggest number. And that one is silver. So I need to explain why am I choosing silver. So number one, I will say that I will use silver. And one of my reasons is because its number is so big, right? But another reason, remember when we learned about conductors, we said if something is the best, I told you learn two words. The best is a solid metal. Silver is a solid metal. So first I will write that silver is a solid metal. Then I will write down the number. Why? Silver solid metal is, now I put my number, 16,300. Then I take this information. And I add it over here to complete my sentence. The silver solid metal is 16,300 times better than air. Even if you can't change the grammar, this is not an English lesson, that's fine. You can copy it exactly the way you see it. Okay, so I've changed it to at conducting heat, but you can even write times better than air, it conducts heat. That's fine. Okay, as long as it shows that you understood how to take the information from the table and put it into an answer. Okay, let's look at question B. B said, what is the impact of obtaining the resource you have chosen on the environment? So impact, what does taking this metal from the ground do to the environment? That is why it's important to learn these words. You learn each one so you know the example. Mining, the metal takes away the land from the animals, it takes away trees, it takes away soil, rocks. That's what you will write. What is the impact on the environment of taking the metal? It takes away trees, rocks, you can put soil if you like, animals' homes. Give as many examples of what it takes away as you can. Okay, if you remember that animal's home is called habitat, that would be excellent. Okay, but that's the main thing. What is the impact? What is it doing? Okay, let's go for the next question. What are ways we can conserve the natural resource stated above? Conserve. What are ways I can save? What? Not why, what? So how can I save this natural resource? How can I save the metal? Well, that's easy. If I have a metal cup, I can use it again. So I can reduce, I can reuse, I can recycle metal. Okay, so reduce, reuse, recycle metal. If you are asked to explain how or give an example of how, then you can mention how you can recycle a metal tin into a toy or a pen holder or something. Give a specific example, okay? Otherwise, we can just put our general answer, reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, the last one, how? How does burning fossil fuels affect the environment? When I burn the fossil fuel, what does it do? It creates air pollution. So I can say it makes air pollution. Or you can say pollutes the air. Hey, please click on our digital activity review and give it a try. Remember, there are also questions inside of our mock exam, which you will find in the same site on the first page. So please try the mock exam as well. The solutions are right at the end, so make sure you try the mock exam first, then check your answer. Good luck!